Hello students, welcome to the second part of figures of speech, a continuation from the last one where we saw the four figures of speech: simile, metaphor, personification and hyperbole. Now we'll see the fifth one, synecdoche. Synecdoche is a figure of speech in which a part of something is used to signify the whole. Synecdoche can work in the opposite direction as well, in which the larger whole stands in for a smaller component of something. If we see an example, we will be able to understand this better. So sometimes we will use a large part of it to signify a small part of the same thing, or we will use the small part to signify the big thing. So for example, if we say, if as the principal entered the classroom, all eyes were on him. So what does it say? Sorry, only the eyes were on him. What does it mean? They were all paying attention to what he was saying. That is what is the literal meaning. But the figure of speech synecdoche is used here, and they say all eyes. Only the eyes were on him. That is synecdoche. Okay. The word sails is often used to refer to a whole ship. If you want to say ship, instead of ship, they will just say sails. The phrase hired hands can be used to refer to workers. So instead of telling workers means the whole body, the worker himself will come and work. Instead of telling workers, they say hired hands, because the worker uses only his hands. Hired means taken for rent or taken for work. Okay, so hired hands. The word head can be referred to counting cattle or people. Sometimes I think you would have heard this. If there are many people, maybe if we go out in a group and you want to say count how many of them are there, so we'll say take a head count. Does it mean, it means even though we count the full body, we just say take a head count, just count their heads. That is synecdoche. Okay. The word bread can be used to represent food in general or money. So if the father, he is the only person who is earning money for the family, we say he is the breadwinner. That means he is the person who earns money to buy bread for the family. Isn't it? So bread means any food. Anything which we buy, now it becomes bread. That is synecdoche. The word wheels refers to the vehicle. Okay. Look at my new wheels means look at my car. The word boots refers to soldier. Sometimes when they have to refer anything about a soldier, they say boots. Glasses for eyewear. The spectacles which we wear, no, we call it glasses. But actually, glass is only for the lens. All the others are other parts. But we say glasses when we refer to eyewear or when we refer to the spectacles. Newspaper is referred to as paper. We say paper, right? Even though it is a newspaper, many of us, we refer to it as paper. That is a synecdoche. So we are using synecdoche in our daily conversations as well. The term bread and butter refers to all the things that one can buy with their wages. As I told you just in the previous examples. For example, he is out earning the bread and butter. He is a grey beard. The term grey beard refers to an old man. So grey beard means old man. Okay, because old men only have grey beard. The word hand in offer your hand in marriage. So when a man has to go and ask a girl's father permission to marry his daughter, he will say, I want to ask your daughter's hand. Okay, even though he is telling only hand, he means that full girl, but he says hand. That is also Synecdoche. The word mouths in hungry mouths to feed. In this sentence, if we use in example, if we say that father has 5 hungry mouths to feed at his house, that means he has 5 hungry children. Maybe there are 5 children at home. So we use hungry mouths. This is also Synecdoche. Now the next one is transferred epithet. This might be a little confusing, but just pay attention. The transferred epithet is a figure of speech in which a modifier, usually an adjective or epithet, is transferred from the noun it is meant to describe to another noun in the sentence. Transferred epithet is when an adjective or adverb usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. Epithet means attribute or quality or character of something, of a noun. Here for examples. So that here in a sentence, if there are 2 nouns or 2 adjectives, what happens is the quality of one noun is transferred to another. Okay, we'll see the example, then you'll understand it better. See the first one, he massaged his tired feet. Here it is actually the person that is tired, but the adjective is transferred to the feet. He is massaging his feet. Okay, why is he massaging? Because he is feeling tired. He is tired, the man is tired. So the adjective tired should actually be referred for him, isn't it? But here the tired comes to the feet. So here it is mentioned as if the feet is tired. Feet is feeling tired. Okay. This is called transferred epithet. The dreadful news finally arrived. The dreadful feeling is actually felt by the person receiving the news. So the news is a news. For that news, whether it is bad or good, it depends on the person who receives it, isn't it? News doesn't know whether it is good or bad. So this news, it is dreadful for the person who receives it, but here the news itself is being referred to as dreadful. That is why it is a transferred epithet. The hikers continued the weary path. The path is not weary, but the hikers are weary. See, the path is a path. The path is always the same. If the hiker is tired, the path will seem tired. If they are climbing down the path, or if the hikers are very active, the path will not seem tired, but the path is the same. Here, who is feeling weary or tired? The person who is hiking is feeling tired. But that weary, instead of being here to describe the hiker, it has been put here to describe the path. That is why it is being transferred from here to the path. Okay, just to make it more interesting. Okay, that is all the work of the figure of speech, to make it more interesting and flowery and beautiful. She woke up from peaceful slumber. Slumber means sleep. Sleep is not experiencing any peace, but she is experiencing peace. Slumber, sleep is a sleep. Okay, who is being peaceful while sleeping? The girl is feeling peaceful. So the peaceful should have been referred to the girl, but it is being transferred to slumber. Okay. As I sat in the bathtub, soaping a meditative foot. There we saw the foot was tired. Here, foot is meditative. It is meditating. Who is actually meditating? I. Here I am meditating, and I am rubbing the soap. So it is being mentioned as the foot is meditative. I balanced a thoughtful lump of sugar on the teaspoon. So actually, who is thoughtful? I. So I am thoughtful, but I am putting that thoughtfulness to a lump of sugar. Maybe I am just trying to balance a spoonful of sugar like this. So I am the character or the attribute of thoughtfulness I've transferred it from me to the sugar lump. Sleepless nights, like here peaceful slumber, even sleepless night is also a transferred epithet. A wonderful day. Day is a day. We make it wonderful or miserable, isn't it? Depending on how we feel. But we transfer it to the day. Wide-eyed amazement. He pointed an angry finger at me. How can the finger be angry? Who is angry? He is angry, isn't it? But we are telling he pointed an angry finger. So that anger from him, it is been transferred to the finger. She looked at him through concerned eyes. Eyes are the same. Who is concerned? She is concerned. So we are telling she looked through concerned eyes. So these are transferred epithets. Next we will see alliteration, which is very easy. The easiest to identify. Alliteration is a figure of speech in which the same sound repeats in a group of words. The repeating sound must occur either in the first letter of each word or in the stressed syllables of those words. The sound appears at the beginning of the adjacent words or words which are very closely connected. It is not rhyming words. Rhyming words are different where the end is the same, isn't it? Rhyming words. In many poems there are rhyming words, but they are not alliterations. Alliterations are mostly the beginning part of it. Okay, and they are same sounds. See here, the B sound is an alliteration in this sentence. Bob brought the box of bricks to the basement. So this is an alliteration. It's easy, isn't it? Very easy. So when in a sentence, if they ask you to identify the figure of speech and you can't just place it on any other figure of speech and you have at least one or two similar sounding words, it has to be alliteration, isn't it? Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers. Crooks conspire. See here, even the letters are different. It is K here and it is C, but sound is what is important. Sound is what makes it alliteration. Okay, see here you can see. So here, even though it is not the beginning of the word, still it is an alliteration. That is why I have put the same word here. Then this is a very common one. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. There are more very easy ones. Okay. The sly slithering snake snuck into the shed. The river rushed rapidly over the rocks. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick. Okay. So these are alliterations. Next, final one, we have idioms. The term idiom refers to a set, expression or a phrase comprising two or more words. The phrase is understood to mean something quite different from what individual words of the phrase would imply. Alternatively, it can be said that the phrase is interpreted in a figurative sense. Idioms vary in different cultures and countries. So, idioms are prevalent in most countries, most cultures. In each language, there are many idioms. In India itself, it differs from state to state, language to language. So, the main function of idiom is a phrase or a set of expression. If we take each word meaning by meaning, word by word, the meaning will be entirely different. But when they are put together, they form an entirely different meaning. Okay. They are called idioms. In English, one of the most common idioms is pulling someone's leg, which means tricking someone for fun. If we are making fun of somebody, we can say, I was just pulling your leg. That means I was just kidding. I was just making fun. Kick the bucket is an idiom for death. My father kicked the bucket when I was a baby. But it is not a serious term. When something serious in a very formal place, some idioms can't be used. This pulling leg, kick the bucket and all, we can't use it in formal conversations or formal writing. Okay. In day-to-day conversations, these idioms are used, but there are many other idioms. A blessing in disguise means a good thing that seemed bad at first. For example, if we say I missed the 5 o'clock bus. I felt very miserable, but it was actually a blessing in disguise, because my friend was traveling by car and I could come with her by car much earlier. So it was actually a blessing in disguise. Me missing the train was a blessing in disguise. So in the beginning it was bad, but later it turned out to be good. A dime a dozen, which is very common. Beat around the bush means to avoid saying what you mean, usually because it is uncomfortable. So if somebody is just not coming to the point and they're just going on saying something unrelated without coming to the point, you will say, don't beat around the bush. Tell me exactly what you want. Come to the point. Don't beat around the bush. Better late than never. Better to arrive late than not to come at all. Call it a day means to stop something. Okay. Get out of hand. Get out of hand means to get out of control. Okay. Don't cry over spilt milk. There is no reason to complain about something that can't be fixed. If something can't be fixed or something can't be changed, if we are grumbling about it and constantly complaining about it, we can say, don't cry over spilt milk. Forget it. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. What you have is worth more than what you might have later. So now what you have is more important. Okay. Say, a penny saved is a penny earned. Money you save today, you can spend later. So what you save is equal to what you have earned. Okay. If you save 1 rupee today, it means it is equal to you earning 1 rupee. Okay. Penny saved is penny earned. So we have come to the end of our class. So you have totally learnt 8 figures of speech. I hope you have at least understood. Please watch these 2 videos 2 or 3 times so that it registers clearly in your mind, and please go through all the examples and please write them down and try to identify them on your own and check whether you have done it correctly. Okay, see you all in the next class. Bye.